doing it, everybody? I am back with another great video for you here on our Team Marine page. Glad to see you're on that side of the TV. Really, they are, right? Because they're on that side of their TV versus being on that side of the camera like you are.
Yeah.
Right, that's perfect. So, glad to see you back. We have a team talk today, but first we're gonna get into what excites me really a lot, is about the apparel that is selling really well, extremely well. I cannot thank you enough for the purchases and all that stuff. And that's Chad in the background making air noises. So I can't thank you enough for all the apparel stuff. Another thing is the limited t-shirt is gonna be going away soon. We're almost to our peak number that we wanted to sell. So we get to that's gonna go away. So if you haven't got your limited edition, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, make sure you get to our website. Are you gonna post anything? Right here.
Yep.
So it's gonna be up over here. Make sure you click that link, make sure you get on that and get yourself one. They're pretty bad. So make sure you do that. Also get on the new and check out all the apparel. Jordan may have some new stuff on there already for me, I don't know. So you gotta make sure you check all that stuff out. Get over there. And also with the used stuff coming back on the shop, get on there because we got more stuff coming as we get these pictures downloaded to the page. So that's what we gotta do. Jordan's guys that work for him are a little lazy right now, kind of still on that holiday break feel. They're not getting the pictures uploaded quick enough. So we'll get to that and we'll get on. But subscribe, comment, do anything you want to. We appreciate it. The subscribe button, and it's gonna go bling right down here like Jordan does. Somehow he rolls this in down here. Make sure you push that, subscribe if you have not already. But here we go. We got a team talk today for you. And this is on Minnkota Brushless versus brushed trolling motors. Pros, cons, what your thoughts are. We're gonna go at it right now. Here we go. All right, so just before we get going, everybody knows that Minnkota has a great trolling motor in the Ultrex, the brushed Ultrex, right? And we did drop that we heard that the brushless was coming out. We heard that they were going brushless. Obviously, you know it's coming. It's gonna have to happen, right? Because their two competitors are brushless in this day and age. We don't know about PowerPole, what they're doing with theirs. Is theirs gonna be brushless, brushed, whatever. But the pros and cons and what we're gonna talk about here today, guys and gals, are, is it worth it for us to go brushless at the end of the day? Is it worth it? All right, so let's just talk about the pros right away. Should we do that, Jordan? Can we talk about pros? Because pros are cool, right? All right, so the pros here, and when we talk about this, the brushless, obviously it's efficiency. The efficiency of that trolling motor is gonna be better. Obviously, we know this, that the efficiency is gonna be better. It's gonna be quieter, it's gonna have less vibration. I think when we talk about that, so you're gonna get maybe longer longevity out of your boat in a day, but I think we kind of answered that with lithium batteries, didn't we? We kind of fixed that even with the brush trolling motor. With the lithiums, we kind of got that to that point. Quiet, everybody wants to be quiet in a boat, but we all know that water does what to sound? Sends it everywhere, right? It goes through water extremely quick. So we can't be 100% quiet in the boat. We're still walking around on the boat. We're still pushing pedals. We still got transducers going doing that stuff. So, I mean, you throw out a chatterbait and the vibration goes through, or a rattle trap, and that makes noise and vibration. So at the end of the day, how much of the sound is really gonna get you? Anything. I mean, if you're in three feet or less of water, possibly, right? Possibly. So I'm not really sold on the sound thing. The efficiency thing, I think I just battled that a little bit with lithium. And I think when it comes down to, obviously less friction, less vibration, and wear. I think the wear issue is gonna be definitely a positive thing when it comes to, if we keep this thing dry, the wear portion of a brushless motor is gonna be way better. You're gonna get more longevity out of it. It's gonna be just smoother, longer, should be better, should be, right? But now we start to weigh the negatives to the positives. So here's the number one negative to the brushless trolling motor, the cost to repair that. Just that head unit. I think like a brushless motor's $800-900. You can replace a whole shaft and every. Chad?
Yeah.
How much is a shaft replacement on a Minnkota Ultrex 112? Complete loaded.
400, 600 bucks.
There you go. $400, $500, $600 depending on what you got, and that's with labor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're getting a loaded shaft, everything, the shaft, armature, lower unit, the head, everything except for the stuff on top, and your bracket for less money than you can put a motor in. Installed. on brushless. That's my biggest worry. So my biggest worry when it comes to brushless versus brushed is the cost to build them is gonna be more, the cost to repair is gonna be more, the cost itself is gonna go up, right? I mean, everything's going up, but now we're gonna inflate it even more. That's my biggest concern about the whole thing, I guess, when it comes to the cost, because that's the number one complaint in this industry is the cost, right? Because boating is a hobby. Hobbies are expensive, but the fact of it is the cost of everything. The cost of trolling motors, electronics, boats, motors, everything that go along with it has gone up. And now I think we're gonna go up, and then we're gonna go up again because we're trying to make them better, but is better for you, the person, right? Because if you can get 5 or 6 years out of it, because I think they run a lifetime warranty, Minnkota now, lifetime on the shaft, I think a 3-year on motor, I believe, George or Chad would know more, but that's still gonna get you 3 years, and you make it another 2 years, you got 5 years, and then maybe you gotta put $400 into it. Now we're gonna do this, and maybe the warranty will go down because they're more confident in it. Maybe we give you 2 years, and then it takes you and then you gotta spend $1,000 to put it in. I don't know where, you know what I mean? Because you're running this thing into the ground. You're gonna bend it, you're gonna bend your armature, water's gonna get intruded in, water gets in, unless it's a completely sealed unit that no water can actually get into ever. Okay, I understand that, but that's hard to do. It's underwater more than 3/4 of its life, and it's going around in circles, and it's running into things and hitting, jumping and spinning, and things aren't working, and things are bending, and it's just like anything. Mercury doesn't build their lower unit to have it get a bent shaft, and you know, they build it so that way it is functional, it works. Yamaha, Suzuki, they know they're gonna hit shit with it. It's just the fact of they can't keep all the water out. You can't do that. You know how bad that thing, so that thing when it wobbles, it doesn't spin, and you can't fix that, you know what I mean? So there's gonna be times when that happens, and it's just a matter of how they treat it. Minnkota's been extremely good with their customer base, taking care of their customers when it comes to warranty, and they've always taken care of their customers. So pros and cons, I think in my view at this point, until we can get pricing down, it's more affordable for me to stick with the standard Ultrex, the brushed one, versus the new one that's on its way, supposedly. Now we've heard reviews that it's out there, it's being tested, it's being used, and we've heard some reviews that aren't the greatest, and we've heard some reviews that are good, but it's Minnkota, people. Minnkota's gonna figure it out. They're gonna make it work. It's gonna be a great trolling motor. Everybody has problems when they make new stuff to the table, right? Everybody's trying to be the newest, latest, and greatest, and when you get that, you end up with, we overlook that. You know, Minnkota's a company that's gonna fix that. So I'm 100% confident when it is released and it's available. I think it's gonna be a great trolling motor. It'll be what they say it is. It's just, I don't know, if I was the consumer purchasing it, I'd be interested to see what the price would be, you know what I mean? Because I think the price of the Ultrex went up to $2,900, somewhere in there, maybe 26 to 20, depending on shaft length and what you're gonna do. This thing's gonna be, well, because how much, Ghost is 33, isn't it? Or Garmin's probably right in that 3,000 mark. So they're gonna be in that ballpark, probably 34, 35. Because it's gonna have the Minnkota name. People are gonna want it naturally. It's gonna be a great trolling motor. It's gonna be quiet, and they allowed the other companies to kind of jump in front when it came to technology. Granted, they had the spot lock first, but they stuck with the brushed motor. I think specifically because of the cost. When I was over at school with them, that's one of the things they talked about. They talked about brushless way back then. This was 3 years ago now, that they could do it, but they were worried about cost. They were worried about cost to the consumer and cost of repairs when needed. Because if they're covering all that under warranty, guys and gals, that's gonna mean the price has gotta go up because they gotta be able to cover all that warranty while you guys run it into the ground. And you're gonna do that. There's no way around it. Around here, the bottom's only 3 feet down, you put the trolling motor down, you're gonna hit something. Rock, stump, fish, muskrat, beaver, doesn't matter, you're gonna hit something. Something you're gonna hit. So, and it's not designed to run into a beaver. It's not designed to do that. It's just, and people just don't understand that when it comes to what it can do. Not that they build them to go into a 80-foot pond and go around in circles. No, they build them rigid, but it's just, you got to understand when it comes for you as a consumer. I understand that that's going to be probably, the brushless motor is probably going to be what you guys want because it's quieter, you get more longevity, maybe more efficient, and maybe it, you know, it's just a smoother, more efficient machine. But at the end of the day, did you catch a lot of fish with your Ultrex? Yeah, you did, right? I mean, So, I mean, if it was me, I would stick with the way it is, and I just allow these other companies to do it until you can make it perfect to the point where you know that that thing's going to be 98% waterproof. You're not going to get any water intrusion. If it bends, it comes out easy, goes back together. 4 on the consumer side, so when the warranty happens, they're not paying out a bunch of warranty money, and the consumer's getting their motor back quickly. And I think that's what they're doing. It's just a matter of when they're going to release this thing. Let's talk a little bit about care and some other things on this video. So we have some less maintenance, less care, obviously, on a brushless motor. Right, Jordan? Yeah, versus what you got to do. But I would say 60% of these armatures that go take a crap on these trolling motors are because customers don't take props off. And they got fishing line that goes in, they got weeds that build up, you know, they got Billy's braid from the back when he threw it over your head and it sucked in and went in there, and they didn't take their prop off. So, I mean, it does go down to maintenance. It does go back to you going home at night, taking your prop off, making sure your pin's good, making sure all that's fine, making sure there's no fishing line, making sure there's no weeds, making sure all that's there, and then putting it back together, making sure the prop nut's tight, making sure it's the way it is. Maybe your prop is out of balance. Maybe you're running around with 3/4 of a blade on one side and half a blade on another. That ain't good for it either. You know, it's those types of things you got to take care of. So I don't care if you got a brushless or brushed. If you don't maintain, you're not gonna sustain. It's just the way it is. That'd be a good T-shirt. You don't maintain, you're not gonna sustain. A good T-shirt. But that's my deal with that. I don't think it matters when it comes to brushless or brushed. If you don't maintain it, it's just not gonna be able to handle it. So I mean, how many do we get in the spring that my trolling motor worked at the end of the year, but now it doesn't work while it had water in it, and you put it away and it's froze. You know. We used to always call that bottom screw, I told Chad, that's your dipstick. You pull that bottom screw out, rust, put it back in, you're all done. So I mean, you can do that at home too. It's real simple. Just you replace that washer on the bottom, there's a little rubber O-ring, and take your prop off, take that bottom out, oh, there's no rust, replace that O-ring, put it back in, make sure it's good to go, set good to go. Those are just simple things, but some people don't even realize that they have manuals. Read them. Minnkota Brushless, la-di-da-di-da. Everybody knows that Garmin Force and the Ghost, Lowrance Ghost, are both brushless. I mean, I think I've heard negatives to both of those, and I've heard some positives to both of those. The positives are basically what I talk about, but they say they're a positive only when it's not doing the negative, and when it's a negative, it doesn't work. So there's still problems with them, I think. And I don't know what the complete negatives are on the Force and on the Ghost, but I know there's some pedal issues. I have not heard of many armature issues per se, but I don't have enough info on the Force, let's say globally, as I should, like I should with the Ghost and the Force, on how the reviews are going. Saltwater. I mean, saltwater's just gonna eat it anyway, so just put it in the water, use it till it quits, and throw it away and get a new one. That's the way I feel about that down there. Some people ask this question here: will the current brushed Ultrex be upgraded to the brushless motor? Yeah, I think they could do that. I think they could just change out what they need to on the bottom and make it a great unit. Because the Ultrex is #1. We know that. It's still sold out, I think. I don't think you can get a 112. If you do, you're gonna get it in a month or two or whatever the weight is. And that could be because they just slowed down production on the brushed, maybe. And they're just gonna start releasing the brushless, you know, and they haven't said anything. That's where you guys are going to come in and talk to everybody about this. That's where you can comment and say, hey, I heard this, that this thing's going to get released on this day. I know this guy that's been using one, he loves it. That's where this is going to help the consumers right here. This is where you guys can talk about this. But you know, I think it's going to be almost the same trolling motor. They're just going to just change that bottom. And I think they're going to keep the brushless motor for sale because they're not going to go away from it, because it's been an anchor for them forever. I mean, when they released it, it was the greatest thing ever. And then it just got better with spot lock, and then why would they get rid of it? Until the point comes where they just don't want to build it no more. They're gonna have to get a bunch of those brushless out there to eliminate. I mean, they still sell the Maxim and the Edge, so why would they get rid of that other one? Unless parts are just that difficult to get now, maybe. Maybe that's an issue. Maybe they just can't get the parts like they need to. Minnkota's always been high on quality products, products that they're putting into their motors. So if that quality's gone and they can't do it, maybe this is why they're going brushless. That could be huge too. You know, we don't know. COVID did a lot of things to this country, and that's definitely one of them. It made some of the products not as good as they used to be. There's another question that's kind of like, is the ultimate the brushless with the lithium? Yes, if it'll work. If it'll work longevity-wise, you know what I mean? And I'm saying longevity because we still hear, like I just said, horror stories about the two that are out there brushless. So you're still gonna get that stuff. I would rather, if it was me, have a motor that I know somebody's got parts for that are gonna be able to put it together quick and get me back on the water. Or I can buy a loaded shaft and put it in my truck for $400 and have somebody put it in for me versus, oh, you got a brushless motor? Can't get that part, or I gotta order it, and by the way, it's $1,000. I'm a firm believer that a brushed motor is still gonna be good, because we all caught fish with a brushed motor. You guys that are fishing 60 feet down, I don't know why you worry about that. And you're catching fish there. You know, I mean, I understand that it goes down and it's noise, but it's still, I've caught fish in 12 inches of water with my trolling motor on. And they bit right by the boat. You know, I just don't know that quiet is the answer. Smooth, quiet, it is what it is. We're driving over these fish every day with the big motor. I mean, it's part of what we do, and I don't feel that vibration and sound are a huge deal when it comes to it. Now, if I'm fishing bedding fish, possibly, but it's one time during the year. It's one time during the year. Otherwise, I'm making a bomb cast and catch them like on the third crank, whatever. It is what it is. That's it. Is that good, Jordan?
Yep.
Did I answer the questions?
Yep.
Did they have any other questions that we're not on here that you remember?
If the brushless trolling motor came out today, are you rushing to the store to buy it?
No. No. Why? Because I didn't rush to the store to buy the other ones because I wasn't excited about it. Right? I mean, I just told you, I'd rather have something that I can get parts for quickly and fix affordably than have something that I might not be able to get parts for. And even if I'm out of warranty, it's gonna cost me $1,000 for parts to get it fixed, you know, so whatever. I'm not gonna run to the store to get one, no. I'll wait for my Ultrex brushed motor. That's the way I am. But that's how I feel about it. I wanna know how you feel about it. I wanna know what your thoughts are on brushed versus brushless. The community wants to know. Everybody wants to know. Make sure we're commenting and talking about it. Get it going. Make sure maybe somebody from Minnkota will talk about it. That'd be great. We didn't even get them on the last go around, did we? But you know they watch for sure.
They did a thumbs up.
They did? Awesome. Maybe they'll be on here. Maybe they can drop a comment for us. See what their pros and cons are. See what they think about it, because that'd be awesome. That'd be really good. Besides that, make sure we're commenting, subscribing, and clicking that little notification bell. The apparel, make sure we're getting over there, checking it out. Make sure if you didn't buy anything, make sure you get something ordered. Maybe somebody's got a birthday coming up. Maybe they need some flip-flops. I did have a guy comment about getting a tattoo. Yeah. Larry wanted us to pay for his tattoo. He was gonna get a Team Marine tattoo. He wanted to know if we'd pay for it. I don't know that I'm gonna do that, because I don't know where he's gonna put this tattoo. I mean, this could be bad for us. You know, I mean, there could be spots on his body that we don't want a Team Marine tattoo. But maybe we'll talk to Larry later. But hey, it is what it is. People want to get Team Marine tattoos, you can go get one. We'll send you it. You can go get it. We'll send you the logo. You can get it pounded into your body. We'd love every minute of it. Make a good video, actually. Cool, that's it. That's our day. I hope you had a great week. I hope you have a great weekend. I'm heading over towards the other side of the state to coach my son in basketball, which was great. That's what we love to do. So that's it. I'm out. Everybody, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell to witness the madness that Jordan, new baby, in growth process right now, is screaming, "Speed, Manny, no brakes." Maybe with a little more bubbles, but that's it. I'm out. See ya.